What's good, YouTube? It's football time. The country just had its midterm elections, and now it's time for some NFL midterm grades, baby! Starting with the Cincinnati Bengals. From Super Bowl runner-ups to only one game over 500, this Bengals team is only further fueling the idea that last year was a complete fluke for them. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not trash or garbage or anything like that. They're still above average on offense and defense, but the magic just doesn't seem there for them anymore. Except for Joe Mixon. He didn't get that memo. That man had 5 touchdowns last week. For the Bengals, give them a C-. The Cleveland Browns. We knew this team was going to struggle until Deshaun got back, but the idea was that they'd do enough to stay afloat. Well, the ship sunk, and Cleveland only gets letter grade of a D. Not just because they're 3-6, but mostly because of the regression on the defensive side of the ball. From being top 10 last year to 18th this year, they give up more rushing yards per attempt, more passing yards per game. And on offense, they went from scoring 26 points per game down to 18 points per game. And they didn't really have any major injuries either. So for that, I give them a D. The Baltimore Ravens. Between inconsistent play, blowing a 28-7 lead, a 28-10 lead at halftime, and everybody getting hurt again, the Baltimore Ravens look more like they're going to miss the promised land. But Lamar's playing great though. But the Ravens, they gotta find a way to stop blowing these leads and get more consistent, which they're starting to. I was gonna give them a B-, but they're on a 3-game winning streak, so I'll go ahead and give the Ravens a B. And pay Lamar Jackson. The Pittsburgh Steelers. The expectations of this team were low, but oh my goodness. Second to last in points per game, bottom 5 in yards per game, second most interceptions, and top 10 in total turnovers. Like I said, I didn't expect much, but this is just sick. C-. The Buffalo Bills. What can I say? Top 3 defense, top 3 scoring offense, top 3 in points per game, an obvious A+. The Miami Dolphins. This is a shocking A+, but it's also very much deserved. Tua is playing out of his mind. Tyreek is on pace to break the NFL single-season receiving record. Both Tyreek and Jalen Waddle are breaking the NFL records which seem like game by game. And the Dolphins sit atop the AFC East. A very well-deserved A+. The New York Jets. I made a video a few weeks back detailing how the Jets have gotten good. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to look at it. I'll put the link in the description. But that pretty much sums it up. Jets are good. A+. The New England Patriots. Dang it, New England! You just had to ruin the A train that was rolling. New England got a little worse, although they're still good defensively, and noticeably worse offensively, especially with the regression of Mac Jones. This team made the playoffs last season, and the way things look, they got about the same chances of making it this year as Stevie Wonder would passing a driving test. And for that, they get a D. And that takes us to the AFC South, which I have no memes, jokes, or videos for this sorry division, so let's just go ahead and get through this. The Houston Texans. They get a C. I gave them a C because in school, a C represents the average, the middle, neither too high or too low, and that's the deal with the Texans. They didn't get really much better than they did last year. Last year, through 9 games, they had 1 win, and this year, through 9 games, they have 1 win. Perfectly balanced. That's all things should be. The Indianapolis Colts. From a team that scored 26 a game last year down to 15, this Colts team is just a mess. Jonathan Taylor's ineffective. He has 2 touchdowns on the year. They can't run the ball. They can't throw the ball. The team is just bad. Colts, D. The Tennessee Titans. They're atop the AFC South again, and have a top 10 defense again, and are on pace for double-digit wins again. But seriously, we all know the deal with this team. Win a bunch of regular season games, and then get beat in the playoffs. It's inevitable. However, this is the midseason grade video, so I'm not going to kill them for the playoffs. But up to this point, Tennessee's look good. They get a B. And don't worry, Tennessee fans. That boy Malik Willis, he gonna be alright. Just wait. Just wait. The Jacksonville Jaguars. The offense is bad, and the defense is bad. This time last year, they had 2 wins, and now they have 3 wins. And are we ready to give up on Trevor Lawrence? Are we going to give him the bust label yet? Because I was told he had the highest pre-draft grade since John Elway, and he don't look like John Elway. The bar for this team was already low, but the thought was that removing Urban Meyer would help them get better. It didn't. This team just sucks. C-. The LA Chargers. The only team on this list, and probably in the entire league, that will not be receiving a letter grade. And why, you ask? Because literally everybody on this roster is down with injuries. From Joey Bosa, to Rashawn Slater, to Josh Kelly, to J.C. Jackson, to Keenan Allen, to Mike Williams, to Justin Herbert with his baby back ribs. We literally lost everybody. Going into the season, the expectations were high, but due to the injuries, they just couldn't be met. And for that, the LA Chargers get an incomplete. The Kansas City Chiefs. Best quarterback in the league, check. Best tight end in the league, check. Highest scoring offense in the league, check. 7-2 record with no signs of slowing down, check, check, check. There was no doubt. Chiefs, A+. The Las Vegas Raiders.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Oh Lord, alright. Where to start with this team? Last season, you averaged scoring 22 points a game. You add Devontae Adams, arguably the best receiver in the league, and now you only average 23 points per game. Derek Carr has looked terrible in every single way, and I feel bad because that was my preseason pick to MVP. Dark horse pick to win MVP. Devontae Adams looks uninspired and frustrated with this team. The Jaguars have more wins than you do at the moment. Y'all get an F. And not that F could have been a D, F, like 40% F. Y'all earned this. Raiders, F. F. On a 50-question quiz. That means you got a lot of answers wrong. The Denver Broncos.
Broncos country. Broncos country. Let's go.
Honestly, what criticism can I give this team that hasn't already been given? I could talk about them having the worst offense in the league, or how they're at the bottom 10 for total yards per game, or how Russell Wilson's 5-year, $245 million contract looks like one of the worst in NBA history, or how they're losing every single game by 10 points, despite having the number one defense that holds their opponents to 16 points per game. I can say a lot of things, but I think I'll say, Broncos country. Let's ride. And that's going to do it for the AFC. Man, Broncos fans, I feel bad for y'all because I really thought y'all were going to be good. Broncos fans, let me know in the comments what you think about this season so far. I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. Broncos, Raiders, Colts, Bengals, all the trash and semi-trash teams. Let me know in the comments what you think about your season so far. And all the teams so far that I've named. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe. And be on the lookout for the NFC video, which is coming out soon. Until next time, peace.